In this video, I'll guide you through how to use Replit for coding and building software step by step, even if you're completely new to it. By the end, you'll know how to create a project, write your code, and run it right in your browser. Let's start with what Replit is, just for a bit of context. Replit is an online coding environment that lets you write, run, and share code without installing anything on your computer. Everything happens in your web browser, which makes it great for learning, experimenting, or quickly prototyping ideas. Once you're on the Replit website and signed in, you'll see an option to create a new project. On Replit, this is called a REPL. A REPL is basically your workspace, so it contains your files, your code, and everything needed to run your program. To begin, click the button labeled Create REPL. When you do this, Replit will ask you what programming language you want to use. This is an important choice because it sets up the right environment, tools, and default files for your project. For example, you might choose Python if you're doing data processing or learning basic programming concepts. You might pick JavaScript if you're interested in web development. Replit supports many other languages too, like Java, C++, and more, so you can select whichever matches your project or your course requirements. Once you've selected your language, confirm and create the REPL. Replit will set everything up and then take you into the main coding interface. Here, you'll usually see three main areas: a file explorer on the left, the code editor in the center, and the output or console area on the right or at the bottom, depending on your layout. Now it's time to write your code in the built-in editor. Click into the main code file that Replit created for you. For Python, this might be something like main.py. For JavaScript, it might be index.js or a similar file. This is where you'll type your program. The editor works like a typical code editor. It highlights syntax, helps with indentation, and often suggests completions as you type. You can write anything from a simple hello world line to a full application. If you make a mistake, Replit will often show you errors either as you type or when you run the code, which is really helpful while you're learning. Take your time writing or pasting in your code. If your project has multiple files, you can create and open them from the file explorer on the left, but your main code usually starts in that default file. When you're ready to see your program in action, you'll use the Run button. Look for the Run option at the top of the interface. Clicking Run tells Replit to execute the code in your project. Replit will automatically handle things like starting the right interpreter or server based on the language you chose earlier. As your code runs, you'll see the results appear in the output area. For console-based programs like most Python scripts or simple JavaScript programs, you'll see text output and any error messages in the console panel. You can read messages, follow prompts, and debug issues directly from there. If you're working on a web project, such as a JavaScript app or a site with HTML and CSS, Replit will often open a browser preview for you. This preview shows your web page or application as it would appear in a normal browser, allowing you to see layout changes, interactions, and visual updates immediately. Anytime you change your code and click Run again, the preview and console will update so you can see the latest version. That's the basic workflow in Replit. Create a REPL and choose your language, write your code in the built-in editor, then click Run to execute your program and view the output in the console or browser preview. Once you're comfortable with that flow, you're ready to keep building and experimenting with your own software right in your browser.